Hey guys, this is the Helpful Gunner here, and I just want to spend a few moments saving you some time because I spent quite a bit of time tonight reassembling a Rock Island 1911, and it has an ambidextrous thumb safety, or slide safety rather, and so I had a really hard time putting it together. I watched several YouTube videos and all of that of how to do it, and nothing really addressed what this gun looks like. It is, for the most part, a standard 1911. This is a TAC Ultra firearm from Rock Island. It's a 5-inch government model, and it's a great gun. I've fired a lot of rounds through it, and I just decided that I wanted to spend some effort on it, upgrading it just a little bit. So I put in a Nighthawk Customs drop-in trigger assembly rather, with a hammer and sear and all of that. Went in just like all the videos say. It's really a great product. I want to show you, first off, there is no magazine in, and the chamber is clear. You can see that there's nothing in the chamber, so the gun is rendered safe. But what I want to tell you about is all of the assembly videos of this. When you take this all the way apart and you get that sear spring out of there, put the new sear in, and for me, I also worked on the trigger and everything else. What they tell you is to do this ambidextrous safety, you do the weak side first, you slide that in, and then you work in the other side to hold your your safety here, and it's just supposed to go together. And when you look at a lot of them, I don't have this taken apart, but when you look at a lot of these, the weak side safety there's actually a groove cut in the back of it. So these newer ones have, I don't know if I can get this where you can see it here. It is right there. Do you see that pin? That pin right there can cause some issues when you try to put this together, because that pin goes all the way through, and basically what happens is most of the ambidextrous safeties I've seen on the 1911s have a groove cut in there for that pin. But the Rock Island doesn't. The Rock Island is completely smooth on the back side of this ambidextrous safety. So I fought with it. I took it apart. I watched some more videos trying to figure out what in the world is going on with this. And I could tell there wasn't a groove in it. It cut in the back of this ambidextrous safety, but I couldn't figure out still what was going on. So I just backed it all back out and started over. Worked on it a little bit longer. And what I realized when I took it all back apart is the pin that you pop out of here, that's the hammer pin is what it's called, and it is that pin right there. I showed it to you. This pin has a groove cut in it that you can't see if you're not holding it right. It's a very thin, very small groove, and so you actually have to put this pin in so that groove will connect with the edge of this ambidextrous safety. So it doesn't have a groove cut in the back of the ambidextrous safety where that pin goes into it. There's a groove in the pin where the ambidextrous safety will run into it. Can you see that edge of the ambidextrous safety and the pin? So you're going to want to make sure that when you pop this pin in and then put this side on, that's the right side of the firearm. The left side is the side that you want to do second. It's the side underneath the logo. When you do this, you're going to want to watch where that groove is at, so that the groove is on the ambidextrous safety side, so that it can slide into the groove. Otherwise, it's going to be just off enough that the way these go together is there is a pin that goes through here for this palm safety back here. There's a pin that goes through there, and they connect. One side has a female end and one side has a male end, and once you get them in place, you squeeze them together. And that holds them together so that they move in tandem. So when I do this, hard working with the camera, but when, and I don't have it cocked, that's why. Let me put it back. This slide safety right here, when I see how that's moving, and when I do over here, it's moving in tandem because they are connected through a pin that goes through back here. They pop together when you squeeze them. But I couldn't get them to pop together no matter what I did. And it is because of a groove that is in that pin. So just wanted to save you some time. If you're trying to figure out why your 1911 Rock Island is not going back together, it has an ambidextrous safety, it's because you may not have that pin put in to where the groove will receive the edge of this ambidextrous safety. Have a great night.